Hello and welcome back to my desk. So today I thought we'd take a little tour of the items that I picked up on my recent holiday in Stockholm of the stationery order. I wouldn't say Stockholm is well known for stationery, but perhaps I missed some of the shops as I was in the city centre, and it is quite possible that some of the shops are actually outside in the suburbs. However, I was not defeated and I picked up a couple of things in museums, and I did find one stationery store which is very like Eason's here at home in Ireland. There was a Muji, a very large Muji, although these days I'm beginning to think that Muji doesn't have as much stationery as I used to think it did. Given that I have probably so many of the pens, it's not as compelling. I did pick up just a couple of essentials in Muji as I realised that I had nothing suitable for sort of scrapbooking or sticking in receipts and things from the holiday. So I just picked up one of their little glue sticks, a pen. I actually picked up a green one as well. I don't know where I have put that. I really prefer the 0.38. That is a nib I really like. I also like that in a pencil, but I think I'm a bit too hard on pencils and I tend to break anything less than a 0.5, which is very depressing to me because I would prefer to write in a thinner pencil. And I also picked up this very sweet little scissors, and I keep going to open it with the cap still on. It has this sort of little cap. No idea why, but I do like it. And as I say, I do keep trying to open it with the cap still on, which is rather foolish of me. Then, as I said, there weren't a huge amount of stationery stores, so some of the first places I was picking up stationery was in the museums. And of course, one always loves a card. And I got a couple of cards. And then was very delighted to find that the two unlined notebooks that were available were in the same pattern. So they are absolutely gorgeous, slightly bigger than A5, not sure what that size would be. They're actually little dots, but again, as close to blanks and unlined as I could find. There were some other notebooks in other museums, but at that point I thought I was just buying for the sake of making a video, which, let's face it, I kind of was. Can't resist the odd fridge magnet. I would have told you that I was not a fridge magnet person. This is a lie. I do pick up a fridge magnet here and there. The bag is from a shop called Bookbinder's Design, and they had some lovely, I think it was self-build notebooks, but I didn't have a lot of time in there, so it was more of a sort of a smash and grab. I bought a couple of things for family and picked myself up some washi tapes, of course. And of course, when picking up washi tape, I was like, oh, these are the MTs. Do I already have them? There was about half a dozen, maybe 8 designs there, and I picked the 2 ones that I knew I definitely did not have, although I have some very similar ones. Then in the Eason's like shop, which is sort of, what is the store in the US? Barnes and Noble, I suppose, would be this. They had some cute little washi tapes. One was for a friend, so I'm not going to show it here on screen. Some little copper hearts. Not really into hearts, but I do like copper, so it was a bit of a compromise. And these ones, which all of these are from a brand called Arte Bene, which I'm not familiar with, and hopefully you can't hear the dog barking because I have a microphone now. So these ones are very cute. They're little whales, and they're already sort of semi fussy cut for you. And that, you might think that makes them awkward to use, but actually it doesn't. I tend to use everything as strips. I tend not to fussy cut, but these are extremely cute. And then there was also some little elephants. And I do like me some whales and elephants. And they're very cute. A little bit cartoony, but really quite sweet. And I have stuck some into my diary already. From the same shop, I got some rubber stamps. Again, one has gone to a friend and one to a sister. So I just picked up the little mouse for myself. At this point, I think I was just desperation shopping. Picked up a few standard items as well. I do like dot stickers for sticking on my calendar, which I have stuck to the fridge. They're always very useful for glancing up and seeing when particular events are taking place. And I really liked this sticky notepad in a brown paper, quite rustic, so I like that a lot. The hotel actually had a lovely notepad. It says, "Clear your mind, sleep even better." I thought that was very sweet. I picked up an eraser from one of the museums, because who can resist an eraser as though it were an ancient book or letter? Seriously, panic buying. Then I bought a series of page markers in really lovely designs. I really like these, kind of vintagey, very subtle colorways on them. Purple, can't beat a bit of purple. Particularly like this one. And this one, which reminds me of sort of vintage wallpaper really, but it's lovely. These are not a brand I was familiar with, but I actually don't do a lot of in-shop shopping. I do most of my shopping online, so I tend not to come across brands. So this is the brand for all of those page markers. My husband very kindly picked me up a desk magnifying glass from the Vasa Museum, I think it was, and that's lovely, because one is getting older and a little bit blind, and it's nice to have a pretty, if I held it the right way up, map of Europe magnifying glass, desk magnifying glass. Very weighty, but almost acts as a paperweight as well. And just some random other things I picked up. One of these little holders for your bus pass. I do have another one from the British Library, but I think I'll swap out to that one. And then I have a problem when it comes to dishcloths and tea towels. And so I added to that with these 100% linen tea towels. And then pouches. Like, what is it with pouches, particularly in a mustard colour? And I have actually no idea what I will use this for. It has a mesh pouch at the front and at the rear an enclosed pouch. They do these in several sizes. This was also from Muji. And then a string bag from a concession shop that was in a larger department store. And there's the brand there. Obviously for things like fruit and vegetables when you go to the supermarket. And then of course you can't go anywhere without picking up the local chocolate. There was also one called Plop, but I've given all of those away, so I don't have them to show here. So just finally, I thought the message on the bag from the bookbindery was kind of interesting. Remember, there is nothing wrong with being a square. There is nothing wrong with thinking inside the box. A square can contain your inner thoughts and dearest words. A box can keep your closest friends near for years to come. The art of bookbinding can make your life memorable. Possibly something a little bit lost in translation there, but a very sweet sentiment nonetheless. So that's my sort of stationery haul from Stockholm. As I say, I didn't really notice that they had a lot of stationery available or anything unique or different. So I was just picking up things that caught my eye. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.